Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Stretch with the Leader. We have Guido Bergomi with us this morning for our Live Well moment. Guido, if you wouldn't mind just taking a moment to tell us a little bit about what you do with Intermountain and then jumping into your Be Well moment, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. I support safety, quality, patient experience, and a bunch of the operational stuff that we do around those spaces for the health system. So I am very lucky. I have a really great role, and I get to work with a lot of talented and passionate people that support our caregivers and our patients in some of the best ways that are out there. So that's kind of what I do, and I'll go ahead and share a couple of thoughts about wellness. And I struggle a little bit with how to do this. I was a little intimidated by the YouTube channel and some of the leaders that have been out there, and some of what's been shared. It's pretty impressive. But as I looked at the Be Well domains, I kind of wanted to focus on maybe more of the mental and emotional, cultural, social, even professional, kind of that aspect of it. And I think, when we talk about wellness, a lot of the times we talk about the physical stuff, and that obviously takes effort, right? I mean, you got to work to exercise, to get your nutrition right. And I think it's true when we're talking about our emotional well-being. And I want to start with 4 letters that many of you are probably familiar with. And those 4 letters are WRCC, which stands for whole, resourceful, capable, and creative. And this is a framework that we're very lucky at Intermountain. We have a great function within HR that does leadership development, and we have a great leadership curriculum. And that's one of the things that they talk about, is that it's so important that we recognize in each other that we are those things. We are whole, resourceful, capable, creative people. And I think seeing each other that way can be hard. And it actually requires that we trust each other enough to feel that way about each other, and to trust that we're going to show up that way for each other. But if we can do that, it can be really powerful. And I'll share just a really quick story from my past that made a big difference for me. And the story is when I was young in the last century. I won't say exactly how long ago that was, but it was a while ago. I was studying to be an engineer. And one of the last things that I had to do before graduating with my engineering degree was to do a project. And so I chose a project that was to automate a piece of lab equipment that was really very manual and error prone because it was so manual. And I didn't think it'd be that hard, right? I mean, you buy a little piece of equipment to automate it, you write some code, not such a big deal. So I had an advisor that worked with me, a professor, and he agreed that this could be a good project. He warned me that it was going to be really hard. So I went to a panel of professors and I presented my idea, and I heard back a few days later that they had approved it, and I did the work, and it was way harder than I thought it was ever going to be. I mean, it was super hard. But at the end of it, I had written out this code and built this piece of equipment that actually was kind of useful. And I got an award, I graduated, it was all good. And they used that piece of equipment for like 5 years, which in computer terms is forever. So it's great. But what I didn't know, what I found out later, was that when I gave that pitch to the panel of professors, they all said, no, that ain't going to work. There's no way that this kid is actually going to pull that off. And we do not want to be in a situation where this kid can't graduate because he failed at his project because he was a moron and picked a project that was too hard for him. And my professor said, you know what? I've talked to him, and I believe that he can do it. I believe he's going to try, and I believe that he can. And what I learned from that experience is that I can figure out hard problems. I can do hard things. And the trust that that professor had in me to do that not only helped him because, he got his student graduated, he got a piece of equipment out of the deal that was useful. I mean, he got some good stuff out of it, but it helped me tremendously to know that I had that professor's trust. So I think as a society, not in Utah or Colorado or Nevada or Idaho or Montana, not in a local sense, and not even in a national sense, but in a global sense. As a society, we are more isolated as individuals now than we have ever been. We sit behind screens, we communicate this way, and it is isolating. It is lonely sometimes. So, as my message, I invite you to connect with one another. I invite you to trust one another, to believe that your friends, your family, your coworkers, those in your communities are worthy of your trust, that they are whole, resourceful, capable, and creative, and that those connections are worth making, and that not only does your wellness benefit from those connections, but theirs does too. So that's my message. And I am now going to happily hand it over to Melissa to actually lead the stretching because I am not capable in that space. There's things that I can do, but that's not one of them. So Melissa, I'll hand it back to you.
Guido, thank you very much for that. I just came off of a different analytics committee talking about volunteer opportunities within our community. And it's just like what you're touching on, just having that connection and, conversation with someone just face to face. I think it does get often lonely when we do work remotely and we're not with one another every day. So thank you for that message and the reminder too. So
thank you.
All right. I'll take the spotlight away from you. Feel free to stay on the screen with me if you wish. Then I'll take it.
I think I'll let you have it.
All right, fair enough. All right, everyone, join me on your feet. Thank you again, Guido. Awesome message for this morning. Very powerful for sure, and just such a great reminder. All right, as we get started with our stretch today, let's just check in. Scan down from head to toe, root down through your feet, take them just right underneath your hips. And let's take our shoulders up, down, and back. Just a couple shrugs, couple roll backs. Maybe take the forward rolls if that feels better to you. Hope you're all having a great day so far. It's kind of dreary out there, so having that nice reminder and message is very helpful too. So keep the connections going, reach out. All right, so from here, gently drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Let's reach that left hand down just a little bit further. Try to relax your shoulders, listen to your body, no pains or strains here. Just going to take a moment to stretch the neck. One more breath here on the right. And slowly coming back up nice and tall, relax that left hand, give it a little shake, drop your left ear towards your left shoulder and reach the right hand out. Settling into the stretch, take some bigger breaths. Opportunity just to pause this morning. And back up nice and tall. Let's take that inhale, relax the arms. Drop the chin down towards the chest. Start to find that stretch through the back of the neck. Great spot to take the inhale through the nose, audible sigh out of the mouth. One more breath wherever it feels best to you. And slowly coming back up nice and tall. Drop your chin towards your right shoulder, just that half circle over to the left. Back up nice and tall through the center. Exhale 1 or 2 more times from right to left. Working out any kinks or tightness this morning. And then come back up through center. Take that inhale, exhale left to right. Perfect time just to stretch it out. All right, come back up nice and tall. Feet are back under your hips, gentle bend of the knees, float the arms up. Let's stretch over to the right, just a nice lateral side body stretch. That left hand reaches up, the right hand reaches towards the floor. Keep checking in with your body. Do what feels good. Arms float through the center. Let's exhale and arc to the left. Gaze is comfortable for where it feels best to your neck this morning. One more breath. All right, back up nice and tall. Let's bring our hands to our hips and find a fold forward from the hips. So bend the knees as much as you need here. Belly is pulling in just to support the back. And we're stretching through the hamstrings down through the calf muscle. So back is nice and long. You can stay here or start to fold forward a little bit more. Just work with what feels good, nice and gentle with the stretch. And then navel pulls in, round up through the back. Peel back up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last, arms reach tall, and then great big exhale. We'll just bring a little yoga in. So arms come up, side to side, breathe out, lengthening the side body. As you come back up, reach tall, and then goal post the arms. Let's open the chest. So a little scapular retraction as you draw the shoulder blades a little closer on the back. Gaze can go up slightly, and then take the hands back up. Float the palms to the side, bring them back to the hips, fold forward. Find that long back first. Hands can come to the top of the thighs for a little added support. Drop the head down if that felt good to you before. And then slowly round and roll up. Take your time, restack. Head up last, arms reach. And then exhale, relax, release. We're going to do a little standing cat and cow. So I'm going to take the feet just about shoulder width. Just for a little more support. Hands rest to the top of the thighs, starting with the belly dropping, the heart shining. Gaze goes up, breathing in. With the exhale, round it out. Bring the chin in towards the chest. Nice fluid, organic movement just to where it feels good to you. Inhale forward. Great big exhale. Let's round it out. Couple more forward and back. Let's do one more. Shine the heart, look up, and then exhale, round. So good. Back up. Nice tall posture. Hands to the hips. Let's circle them. So bring them to the left, forward, right side, bring it back. Just move where it feels good. Little dance here on our feet this morning. Doesn't matter how it looks. Just make it feel good to your body. All right. Reverse the direction. Over to that right side, bring it around to the left, round. Couple more here. Nice circular motion. One more. Super. We're going to stretch the legs a little more. So right leg comes forward, heel down on the floor, flex the toes towards you, bend that left knee as much as you need, and just ease the hips back. So soft micro bend in the left or in your right leg. Or bend it as much as you need. Just making sure it's not fully extended. Let's sweep the hands, take it all the way up, stand tall, exhale, lower. Sit back, reach out towards the right foot, back up with the inhale, exhale, release. One more time. That movement doesn't have to be very big. Just work with your body, relax the arms, right foot in. Let's lengthen that left leg. Heel down, flex the toes, ease back. So hamstring, calf stretch. You can hold here or move with that. Nice organic movement. Lift up, reach, exhale, relax. 2 more times. Just subtle movement throughout the day. Breathing, exhale, relax. Bring that left foot in. Let's take it to a wider stance. Slight turnout of the toes. We're just going to add a nice little lateral lunge here. So ease over to that left side. Use your right hand to the top of that left thigh for a little support. And let's gently twist open. Look over that left shoulder if it feels good. Doesn't have to be a very deep lateral lunge. One more breath. And then back through center. Come back up. Let's ease over to that right side. So left hand to the top of the right thigh. Add that gentle twist, looking out over that right shoulder. And breathe. One more breath. Bring the gaze back, center, shift up. Bring the feet back, just shoulder width. We're going to bend the knees and do a little sunflower to end. So reach your hands up, that big X with the hands. Bend the knees, scoop and sweep. Just hinge back. Exhale, inhale, lift. 2 more. Reach it up. Exhale, lower. And then take the hands back up overhead. Tee them out. We're just going to do one quick hug. Little self-love, that I love me squeeze. Chin can round towards the chest if that feels good. Breathe in and out. Feel the breath on the back. One more breath, in and out. And then open up. Shine the heart. Lift the hands overhead. Exhale, let it go. All right, everyone. That is our stretch with the leader today.